because we are the Black people. We're not going to wait for someone else to come and say, okay, those people are great, we're going to put them into our games. We have to do it ourselves, and we have to show to others that we really exist.
Hey, what's up, you people? It's Johanna, aka Jojo. Today I'm with Yacine AMADOU HAMIDOU. He's a 3D artist programmer who is currently working as a web programmer while honing his gaming skills such as Unity, C#, and Blender 3D. He's from Niger and is currently working in France. Thank you, Yacine, for being with us today. How are you?
Thank you, Jojo, for having me. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, Yacine, what else do you have to tell us and tell our viewer about yourself?
I'm an artist, the regular artist you see in the streets, just trying to make a living out of myself.
Okay, so tell me, how did you get started in the programming and gaming industry?
I wasn't originally supposed to be doing 3D. I was supposed to be in the medicine field. But one day I saw a friend who was coding, and he pushed a few lines and pushed it into the terminal, and a screen pop up, and it ticked in my head. I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Because when I was in high school, I always wanted to make video animation, take a few parts of a video, cut it, put a song on it, and I wanted to make a synchronization out of all of this. But I didn't know that there was a field in which I could work on. So I went to do a few years of medicine, but I wasn't really feeling at my place. And it was until I saw my friend coding, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to start pushing myself into it.
Okay. Did you know that you said that you saw a friend coding, but did you know that there was a full professional side of gaming? And did you ever think that you would go into that instead of medicine?
Actually, no, because I didn't have any expectation for the future. I just knew that I wanted to make something out of art and creation, but I wasn't really able to put the finger on it. And it was until then that I was like, okay, how can a few lines of code bring something so amazing? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to understand what's behind like every button you click, what's the few codes that make it pop up. That's how I started.
So did you go to a special school for that?
In Senegal.
In Senegal?
Yeah, in Senegal, I was Subdeco Technology. So it's a school specifically for IT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we had let's say 5 fields, but I was more interested into the computer science fields.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where I learned basic programming, oriented object programming, web programming until my bachelor. And then when I was done, I wanted to go further. Since I like video games, I wanted to study how to make video games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I came to France. Yeah.
Okay. That was my next question. How was the transition to France, and how did you do? How did you get the skills then in gaming?
The thing is, there isn't actually really schools that teach you about video games programming in, let's say, in West Africa. For my knowledge, I haven't heard of one yet.
No.
So
there isn't.
There isn't, yeah. So all I actually did was, with my programming skill that I learned in computer science, I was following some tutorials to learn how to make games before even entering the video game school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now how did you get into that video gaming school, and what video gaming school did you get into in France?
Do you know Campus France?
Yeah.
That's how I applied, and there is not really a school; it's a college actually. I think it's the only college that actually teaches video games. So you have to make a first master 1 and then the master 2 degree to be into the video game section. And it's actually 1 year, and in 1 year you have to. It's like they said, the teachers, they give you 20%, and the 80% you have to grasp it yourself. So we had something like 3 months of intense class, and then the rest of the year we were supposed to make a game ourselves to be presented at the end of the year.
Yeah, like the end of your as project, gaming project.
Yes.
Are you in
Yes.
teams, or what was it like?
The school is composed of 3 sections. The programming section in which I was, the graphists, and the level designers. So each section has a various number of students, and at the end of the 3 months of intense class, they dispatch us, and we form 3 teams. And each team have a specific subject, a specific game they try to pitch, and if the game is accepted, then we start working on it.
Okay.
So I think we were 15, and the thing with my promotion, we were, I would say we were 15 programmers, but in each team we had to be 15. So we split the programmers, like we had 5 programmers in each team.
Okay.
And we only had 3 artists for the 3 games. That was pretty intense.
Okay. When was that?
In 2018.
2018.
Yes.
And what type of game did you develop as a program?
It was the game is called Ecosystem. It's more like a management game where you're a robot who's trying to bring back life to Earth again after apocalypse. So you have to help the living humans gather foods, woods, and specific part to create engine to create power. But the cost is that the more you cut woods, the animals living there will try to come near the humans.
So
so you will bring wolves.
Yeah. So the animals.
So you need to find the perfect balance between how you cut the woods, how you salvage the resources, and how you need to create. Not really create humans, but we set up the limit at 50 humans. Like if you manage to gather 50 humans into your dome, you succeed the game. That's it. It was more like a management game, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So management with ecosystem, like ecologic mindset towards mindset. Yeah.
Indeed. Yes.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. So once you were in Campus France, let's talk about diversity right now. Were you the only person of color and Black person in Campus France?
When I was in Senegal, I wasn't the only one applying for Campus France, but I was the only one from Senegal who was accepted into the
program.
Not really the program. Like I told you, we had to make a first master 1 and then a master 2 degree. So into the master 1, I was the only one from Senegal. But we were, if I recall, I think we were 10 person of color.
Okay.
Out of 80 students.
Okay. In Campus France, yeah?
Yeah. Not the Campus France. In the class itself, out of 80 students, we were only 10% of color.
Okay. So, and were there people like you coming from Africa, or was it me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. There were many people coming from Africa. There were Moroccan, Tunisians, Algerians. Let's see. There was a Cameroonese. Yes, there was Cameroonese and Ivorian. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So there were many people coming from Africa.
With this in mind, how do you feel so Black and ethnic minorities can better approach the gaming industry and really succeed within it?
Before I answer that, I just remember that I was the only Black person in the gaming school. Actually, the programming section, among the 15 students, I was the only person of color. And I think this is a real problem because people, they don't really they don't try to understand how video games work. They don't really have much interest out of it. For most people, it's like, okay, programming is complicated. I'm going to go into video games. It's a lot of maths. I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to go into that. But we need to let's say, break the ice. It's not that complicated. It's just about commitment. Okay. I think personally, medicine is more complicated than video games because you have someone's life into your hands. Yeah. But video games, it's just a computer. You can break it, you can pay another one. It's fine.
Yeah. So when you talk about people, are you talking about people from our background, so Black people, African, yes. Caribbean, African. Like the thing, yes. That is it just because of the
complexity? There is the part of the complexity, and there is also the part where people don't know if they can make a living out of it. Mm-hmm. The first thing that the teachers told us, it's a really, let's say, it's you don't live out of it. You only live out of passion because the field is really competitive.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And even looking for an internship, it was really hard because there were many people trying to get into gaming industry, and the companies, they were like, okay, so there is so many of you, we're gonna select only the best one, and we're gonna pay them less than what they're supposed to be paid. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And just that can afraid people who want to get into it, but they're not really sure how to make a living out of it.
Yeah, I see. Do you think that the industry, the corporation, the gaming corporation needs to make a better effort to actually welcome additional diverse people from diverse background in their ecosystem, in their environment?
I think it's a work that we have to do on ourselves first. Mm-hmm. We need to educate ourselves to understand how things really work. Every field is difficult, and we're not gonna be stopped just because the industry is competitive or because people are not really paid well. Well, this might be a reason, but we need to go beyond that and understand that there is a huge opportunity, especially for Africa. Mm-hmm. There are first of all, there are schools, and there are many industries who make video games in Africa. The first one who really try to establish themselves, they are gonna succeed really hard because there is no competition.
Exactly. So can you name any mentors? Did you have any mentors, or can you name any people from the African gaming industry that you know and that you take as example today?
I think you interviewed one, it was 3 weeks ago, Daja Basso.
Daja, yes.
Yes, he is one of the people who helped me get into the gaming industry.
Okay, so he's type of your mentor.
Indeed, he is, yeah.
Okay, all right. So in terms of, one things that I always tell to young developer or people that really want to get into the gaming industry, one is know your craft, like work on your skills. But the second one is the networking. How have you today been able to network in France, but in Africa as well, within that space?
I've been around social networks like Instagram and Twitter mainly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said at the beginning, I'm also a 3D artist, and I like to show some of the things that I do. And sometimes people approach me, they're like, okay, what you're doing is kind of interesting. Maybe we can work on a game together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I get in touch with people. I think there was one from the USA. We haven't really started talking yet, but he was interested in what I was doing and he wanted to make something. So just don't be afraid to approach people you don't know, people who are working on the gaming industry, and I don't know, ask questions, how this and that work, how can it be better? Just get out of your comfort zone first, and then start to make things happen.
Mm-hmm. Within the last 12 months, we're still in that pandemic. I'm not going to say it because it can be
frightening, maybe
by YouTube. Yeah. So we're still in that phase, that weird phase, which actually served the gaming industry.
Yes.
Were you able to attend any online conferences and network there and put your name out there?
On Meetup, I've attended a few meetings on Meetups. Yeah.
Meetups, like what type of like Unity user group?
It was just people who wanted to talk about new technologies around Unity, C# and such. There was the new input system on Unity. One of the things that actually are currently showcased in Unity. Those are the things that they wanted to discuss and have others tell their feedback about it.
Okay, so what are actually now your next step? What are your goals right now?
Right now, I'm trying to be better at what I'm doing. Okay. Just 3D art and programming. I'm just trying to reach a level where I can be really confident and say, okay, I can do this. I'm going to build a team of people and we're going to work on games.
Okay.
That's the goal.
That's great. So that's the first advice. Like work on your craft, work on your skills, and then really ensures that you network. Any 30-second, advice that you could give to our viewers?
The thing that I can say to the viewer is, like, especially about representation, let's not wait for the Western countries, the Western industries to put Black people in France. We need to do it ourselves, because we are the Black people. We're not going to wait for someone else to come and say, okay, those people are great, we're going to put them into our games. We have to do it ourselves, and we have to show to others that we really exist.
Okay, that's great.
All I can say.
So thank you very much, Yacine, for your time. It was really great to have you here today. You will be always welcome if you want to show your project, etc. So it was Johanna, aka Jojo. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye, Yacine.
Bye.